Time for the hot topic of the hour. Hunter Biden awaiting his sentencing date now after being found guilty on all 3 counts in his federal gun trial. He was convicted for lying about his drug use while buying a gun. This is the first time the son of a sitting president has been found guilty of a federal crime. A sentencing date has yet to be scheduled, but Hunter is now facing a fine of $750,000 and a maximum of 25 years in prison, although he is unlikely to do any prison time. Hunter said this after the verdict: "I am more grateful today for the love and support I experienced this last week from Melissa, my family, my friends, and my community than I am disappointed by the outcome." President Biden is seen hugging Hunter in Delaware after the verdict. The president has defended his son for years, saying Hunter did nothing wrong. Watch.
Still think that the stories from the fall about your son Hunter were Russian disinformation at his smear campaign, like you said?
Yes. God love you, man. You're a one-horse pony. I promise you, my Justice Department will be totally on its own, making its judgments about how they should proceed.
Are you confident your son Hunter did nothing wrong?
I'm confident.
Did Hunter Biden commit a crime? Have you spoken to your son, Mr. President-elect?
Proud of my son.
And here's what one of the jurors said about the verdict.
Biden was on trial, and he was just like anybody else. Nobody's above the law, no matter who you are. Politics played no part in this whatsoever.
The first son is also facing another federal trial slated for September over allegedly failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes. Joining me now, a constitutional attorney and member of the Supreme Court Bar, Mark Smith. Mark, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here. Your reaction to the verdict?
Well, factually, I'm not surprised at all. The evidence was overwhelming that Hunter Biden was a user of illegal drugs and did possess a firearm. So the question is, what's going to happen next? And of course, we know he's going to be taking an appeal, and we'll see what happens there. What's also interesting, Maria, is, of course, he has this case coming up, this criminal case involving his taxes in September. So we may not even get a sentence in the gun-related case until after there's a trial on whether or not he committed tax crimes. But you know what stands out to me, Maria, about all of this is this 2 systems of justice that we have going on here. And that is this. Here you have Donald Trump that's being investigated by every blue city district attorney and the Department of Justice for every single thing that Donald Trump has done for the last several decades. In contrast, you have a laptop that's been verified by the FBI with all sorts of information on there. And yet this Department of Justice wants to focus on, and this is very important to understand, Maria, in my view, they want to focus on 2 alleged crimes, one involving the guns and one, of course, involving the taxes. And what do those have in common, Maria? They both focus on just the conduct of Hunter Biden. They don't look or investigate be anybody associated with Hunter Biden. They're focused on, in my view, just these issues so where they don't have to talk to other business associates. They don't have to talk to Joe Biden. They laser focus on really self-incriminating conduct, either in taxes or guns, with Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
And really that decision as to how they indict or what they look at, what they investigate, to me, is part of the 2 tiers of justice that we're seeing, one for Trump and one for Hunter Biden. And they're not the same.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm scratching my head now thinking to myself, okay, look, the Republicans have been making some serious charges against this family. They call them the Biden crime family. And yet, what did we see last week? We saw James Comer and the other oversight agencies send criminal referrals against Hunter and James Biden for lying to Congress. So I asked the chairman of the committee, James Comer, well, you're talking about criminal referrals for lying and perjury to Congress, and yet you're talking about much bigger crimes that I don't see any criminal referrals, like money laundering. Watch this. That's all true. Where are the criminal referrals for FARA, for money laundering, for corruption, for influence peddling?
This is an investigation of Joe Biden. Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, Eric Sherwin, Devin Archer, these are all witnesses in an investigation of Joe Biden. This was always about Joe Biden. Now, we're going to do everything we can to hold Hunter Biden and all the different shady associates accountable. This is just the beginning, but the next step will be accountability for Joe Biden. I think everyone that's kept up with this investigation will be very eager to see what the next step is.
So, Mark, what do you think the next steps are? We're waiting for this report that Comer is going to release soon, either this week or next.
Well, really, at the end of the day, this is up to Merrick Garland and the Department of Justice to do its job. And the fact is, from all indications, they're simply not doing their job. They're going after Donald Trump and Donald Trump associates in various ways, and Donald Trump supporters, which apparently has now been verified by the Department of Justice and was understood to be legitimate going back years. And why haven't they looked at every bit of data on that? Why haven't they spoken to every person that's investigated, deposed, put in front of a grand jury, every person referenced on that laptop? Because I can assure you of this, Maria, and you know this, if that was Donald Trump's laptop or one of Donald Trump's son's laptop, you can be sure that everyone on that laptop would somehow be either taken the fifth or sworn into testimony or in front of a grand jury, every single person mentioned on that laptop. But that's just not happening here, because there is two tiers of justice when it comes to this Department of Justice. There's the Donald Trump system, and then there's the Joe Biden. And the Joe Biden keeps getting off and off and off. And again, Hunter Biden, again, if you look at the crimes that have gone after him, they're both specific to Hunter. They do not implicate other people. Yeah. And that is not a bug. That is, part of the system. That is the plan, to focus on Hunter and skip over all the other smoking guns that appear to be there.
That is why President Trump and the Republicans, Krisha, call this a distraction, this whole gun trial.
Exactly. And to your point about the laptop, there needs to be accountability for the 51 intelligence officials who colluded and all said that this was disinformation. I mean, how do we hold them accountable? Is there any legal basis to do that, Mark?
Yeah, especially since we know that Donald Trump was just convicted for apparently hiding information about a payment to a porn star before the election, and yet no one has seen any accountability for hiding information about the Hunter laptop before the last election.
Well, I think, you have legal implications, then you have political. And certainly I think that the evidence is overwhelming that Americans are simply no longer trusting what they hear by certain media outlets and certain people that used to have credibility, that when they spoke, they were trusted. Right. And I think that destruction of credibility is a very favorable thing, for example, people like Donald Trump and others that want to get to the truth, because you no longer appeal to their authority and take it as gospel. You now say, yeah, I'm not sure I believe any of that if they say it.
Yeah, that's true. Mark, it's great to have you this morning. Thank you. Mark Smith joining us, and Krisha Lenzo, we so appreciate your joining us this morning. Thank you so much.